So let us continue with the medical terminology class. Okay. So medical terminology is mainly related to lab, and some are concerned with general. Okay. Some are concerned with lab and also general. So we will see some of the terms. What is quality? What is the meaning of quality? So quality of a product. So quality is meeting the customer's requirement for a product or service. What is the meaning of product? It may be a cell phone, mobile phone we purchase, or it may be lab report also, product or service, any service we are giving, quality service. So banking, whatever. The general goal is to meet the requirement on time, the first time, with no error or defect. These three words are important. Okay, on time, the first time, with no error or defect. What is the meaning of this? On time, the first time, with no error or defects. What is the meaning of on time and first time? Timely, it should be given on time, dispatched or given. First time means suppose if you dispatched some wrong report or something mistakes, then again you withdraw the report, again you correct it, again you dispatch to clinician or patient. That is not correct. Okay. So without error and defect, we have to dispatch it on time and first time. That is the quality of a product or service. So quality is the meeting the customer's requirement for a product or service. The general goal is to meet the requirement on time the first time with no error or defect. One more term, that is quality control. Quality control is a set of procedures. It is a collection of procedures undertaken in a lab for the continuous assessment of work carried out and evaluation of tests for reliable reports or result. So here you have to remember that this is a set of procedure. It is a collection of procedures, not only one. It may be standard operating procedures, maintaining the internal quality control, maintaining the external quality control, all those things. QC is a set of procedure undertaken in a lab for the continuous assessment. That is also important. Daily you have to do. If it is for a machine, if you want to give the quality control materials each 12 hours, we have to give. That if you put a break, it is not a proper quality control. Continuous assessment of work carried out and evaluation of test for reliable report. What is the meaning of reliable? Means it's okay. Reliable means we can accept. See, every result it is not possible to get accurate result each always, or for example 100 true report is 100 means we cannot expect 100 report 100 milligram means 100 milligram only. If it is 99 or 101 also, that will won't that affect this patient treatment or anything. But if it is 100, actual report is true report is 100, if you get 130, so fasting blood glucose, one is the diabetic and one is non-diabetic, so that is not should not happen. So reliable report, that is the meaning. So QC is a set of procedure undertaken in a lab for the continuous assessment of work carried out and evaluation of a test for a reliable result. One more term is quality assurance. You have to assure these are all those planned and systematic actions necessary to provide adequate confidence that a service will satisfy given requirement for quality. So all those planned and systematic actions, it include quality control also. Okay, all those planned and systematic actions necessary to provide adequate confidence that a service will satisfy given requirement for quality. Next term is accuracy. It is the measurement of the closeness of the estimated value to the true value. It is the measure of closeness of the estimated value to the true value. What is the true value? Suppose my blood glucose true value is 90, If I get actual my true value is blood sugar is 90. If I get 88 or 91 or even 90, it is very close to the actual report, so it is more accurate. If I test in our hospital, my actual report is true report is 100. If I get 89 to 100, and if I get 99, 100, 101, 102, then it is very close to the actual report, so it is more accurate. So accuracy is the measure of the closeness of the estimated value to the true value. Closure means nearer to the actual value, it is more accurate. Okay. Next one term, prophylaxis. Prophylaxis means prevention. Actually meaning is prevention. So measure taken to preserve health and prevent the spread of the disease. What are the measures taken? What are the precautions taken? What are the how to prevent the spread of the disease? Okay. Suppose one area there is children's nowadays children get this worm infection like roundworm and all everywhere. So how to prevent? So some schools they will give anti-helminthic medicines, albendazole or whatever, to prevent. So measures taken to preserve health and prevent the spread of the disease. So what are the precautions measures taken? Okay. So to prevent either hygiene, so educating the hygiene, all those things. That is the measures taken to preserve health, either individual or society, both. Prevent the spread of the disease. Okay. Next term, precision, which is related to quality control and all, is the measure of the reproducibility of the values. It may or may not accurate. Understood now? What is the here reproducibility is important. Repeatedly you should get same result. Suppose if I check my cholesterol level, it is 200 in one particular machine, Cobas. Okay. My blood collected is given to Cobas machine for cholesterol estimation. If I get 200, after 5 minutes if you test again, I should get 200 or at least 201 or 199, 198. Then reproducibility is there. Again if I check after 3-4 minutes, again 5 minutes, again if I get instead of 200, 201, sorry, 202, very near reproducibility is there. Instead once if you are getting 200 my cholesterol level, after 5 minutes if I put same machine, if I get 230, then there is no again if again same machine it gives 195, then reproducibility not there. So it is the measure of repeated, we should get same value after repeating it. So what it says, it may or may not correct, may or may not accurate, but it should be reproduce the same value repeatedly, you should get same result. Okay. Now this is the different term. Edema is the medical term for spelling. Edema. So these spellings sometimes it is British or American system. So like color, COLOUR we use, COLOR, both are correct. That need not worry. Hemolysis, HAE or HEMO, hemolysis. HAE also can be used. So edema is the medical term for swelling. Body parts swell from injury or inflammation because of fluid accumulation in the tissue. That word is edema. Okay, it's the fluid accumulation in the tissue. It may be because of the inflammation or injury, like a nephrotic syndrome or some other disease, liver disease and all. Some get edema. Okay, that is the medical term, edema. Hemolysis, next term, is the destruction of red blood cells, RBC, breakdown of RBC, leads to release of hemoglobin into bloodstream. Hemolysis is breakdown of RBC, red blood cells. Blood contains RBC, red blood cells. So hemoglobin is a red colored pigment that is released into the blood. So if you separate the serum, you get a red color. Hemolysis. If whole blood, no hemolysis, after separating the blood, upper fluid is clear, that is plasma. If you see hemolyzed blood, if you separate blood and this serum or plasma, we get red color because destruction of red cell leads to release of hemoglobin. Hemoglobin is red colored pigment. Okay. So next is hematuria. Urea means that is increase in the present in the urine. Okay. Presence of hematuria means presence of blood in the urine. Okay, presence of blood in the urine. That is, RBCs are seen under microscopic examination. There is one more term down, that is hemoglobin urea. There, presence of free hemoglobin in urine. See, in hematuria we can see RBCs, either mostly fresh RBC or crenated. Slightly in that because of osmosis, this changes in the concentration inside and outside the fluid. So it may be slightly shrunken or RBC intact. So we can see RBCs under microscope in hematuria, but hemoglobin urea we can't see RBCs under microscope because RBC get ruptures and hemoglobin is released. Presence of free hemoglobin in urine is called hemoglobin urea. Hematuria where we can say, for example, if renal stone is there, kidney stone in obstruction or some injury, bladder or something, we get blood, urine which contains fresh blood. Okay, hematuria. Hemoglobin urea usually is seen in some falciparum malaria and all cases. So where RBC is already lysed, so hemoglobin is present in the urine, that is hemoglobin urea. What is the meaning of hemostasis? Arrest of bleeding. Okay, blood, arrest of bleeding. Hepatitis means hepatic means it is related to liver. Titis means inflammation. So inflammation of the liver. Okay. Next is autoimmunity. Is a condition in which structural or functional damage is produced by the action of immunologically competent cells or antibodies against the normal component of the body. Autoimmunity, self-immunity. Autoimmunity means it is a condition in which structural or functional damage is produced by the action of immunologically competent cells or antibodies against the normal component of the body. Okay, it is self defense against the normal component of the body. Okay, so autoimmune diseases like systemic lupus erythematosus, SLE we call it, is a one type of autoimmune diseases. So antibodies produced against our own component of the body, that is dangerous. No, antibodies produced against our own components of the body. So it is a structural or functional damage is produced by the action of immunologically competent cells or antibodies against the normal components of body, our own body. Okay, if foreign body antigen comes, body is fighting against it, producing antibody, that is there immunity. But autoimmunity, antibodies are produced against our own components of the body. Autoimmune diseases, Hashimoto that disease, even autoimmune, some of the IDDM or SLEs, systemic lupus erythematosus. These are some of the autoimmune diseases. Okay. Next is pathogenesis. Some of the terms you know already, so if you know, no need to bother much. Pathogenesis. It is the origin, cause, development and resultant effect of a disease. Okay, pathogenesis. Okay, suppose cystosoma or brucellosis, any like hepatitis, some viral hepatitis or anything. Where it originate, whether what is the cause, where it originated, cause, whether it's viral, bacterial and all, and how it developed, okay, which organ affected, how it developed, whether a cell is affected or any ovocyst or whatever, how it toxins are produced, whatever the details and resultant effect of a disease, everything step by step, that is pathogenesis. Icteric usually we use in biochemistry, affected with jaundice, that is yellowish discolorization of skin and mucous membrane. Icteric means jaundice patient. The serum is icteric, what we call is yellow serum, mainly because of yellowish discolorization of skin and mucous membrane because of jaundice. Okay. Next, immunity, using autoimmunity. Immunity is the body's ability to protect itself from an infectious disease. Body's ability to protect itself from an infectious disease. As I told, if any foreign antigens or anything enters in the body, body produce antibodies to fight against the this virus or any infection or foreign antigens. Okay, that is immunity. What is vaccine? It is a biological preparation that provide active acquired immunity to a particular infectious disease. Vaccine we will give. Okay, hepatitis we will give vaccine. COVID they are preparing vaccine. Whatever, it's a biological preparation that provide active acquired immunity. Okay. After giving the vaccine, body develop immunity. That is why it is acquired immunity to a particular infectious disease. What is toxin? Usually it's a protein or a conjugated protein. You know that classification of protein, conjugated protein. It's a protein or conjugated protein substance produced by some animals, even plant, bacteria, etc. that is highly poisonous or toxic. Toxic word itself, it's a poisonous for other animals. Okay, bacterial toxins. Okay, Clostridium, well, tetani produces toxin. Whatever that different toxins are produced. Some plants produce toxin, plant toxins. Okay, toxins. They are poisonous substances. What is toxoid? It is an inactivated toxin. That much you should know. It is an inactivated toxin whose toxicity has been suppressed either by chemical or heat treatment, but they retain the capacity to stimulate the production of antitoxins against the toxin. Antitoxins are produced against the toxin, fight against the toxins. So toxoid is inactivated toxin. Either it is inactivated by a chemical or heat treatment, but they retain capacity to stimulate the production of antitoxin. Vaccine we use this toxoid keyword. They are toxins, but they are inactivated, either heat or chemical methods. Inactivated, then they are used for this production of antitoxins. They retain the capacity to stimulate the production of antitoxin. Epidemic, you know this word, I think. A widespread occurrence of an infectious disease to a large number of individuals within a population, community or region, at the same time actively spreading new cases of the disease. Epidemic, a widespread occurrence of infectious disease to a large number of individuals within a population, community or region, at the same time, widespread, actively spreading new cases, that is becomes epidemic, spreading to large number of individuals within a population. Okay, active, it is epidemic we call. What is endemic then? Restricted to a regularly found among particular people or country or in a certain area. Some African region we can say falciparum malariae type of malaria. Restricted to a, for example, I am giving falciparum malaria and all. We will see some restricted area, African countries and all. So restricted or regularly found among particular people or country in a certain area. So it is not widespreading. Endemic. Epidemic means uh, this occurrence of infectious disease to a large number of individual with a population community at the same time, active spreading. Endemic is restricted to regularly found among particular people, okay, country or in certain area. You see in epidemic, endemic. Now pandemic, it is epidemic that is spread over multiple countries or continents. Pandemic means throughout the world, okay. Pandemic. Here example, that is COVID-19. First it was limited to Wuhan, China. It was an epidemic, okay. So what is the meaning of this epidemic? Widespread occurrence, okay. This is to a large individual population. So it was spreaded in Wuhan city everywhere, okay, at the beginning. Then it was epidemic, restricted to China, that city. Then it spread to other countries, other continents, even Australia, Asia and all. Now become pandemic, okay. That is the meaning of pandemic, okay. That is it.